Hello, hello, hello. This is Coach Monique with another conversation about Let's Talk. Today's topic is about the importance of moving the residue once you have left a toxic relationship. I don't know about you, but when you're going through your healing journey, you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm getting better, I'm getting better, I'm getting better. But then you start discovering that there is some residue that is lingering around that is hindering me from having healthy relationships. It's hindering me from moving forward in my progress. It can hinder you from good parenting. It can hinder you from getting along with others. We need to stop and take a moment and let's analyze this residue that is lingering around after our toxic breakups. And that's whether it is with a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a co-worker, or even a divorce. There is residue that will sabotage anything you're trying to do. So what is the definition of residue? The definition of residue, I'm going to be looking down so I can give you my notes on what is residue. Residue is a small amount of something that remains after the main part has gone or been taken or been used. It is actually the ruins that's left behind. It is the wreckage that is left behind. It is the ashes that is left behind. It is the rubble that is left behind. It is something that remains after a part has been taken or severed or removed, something that is separated as a means of disconnection. It is the completion of a process. It is the remnant. It is the remainder. It is the sticky residue. It can be a greasy residue. You can have a painful residue. It is dust on the counter. Can you see how the residue, we think we have cleaned up, but then there is particles that we can barely see. These particles are built up. These particles is on the surface. These particles are the remnants that remain after something has been taken or removed or separated. Do you understand that we have residue left after a toxic divorce? Let's talk about it. How can this residue affect your growth? How can this residue affect your getting a job? How can this residue affect whether you enter into a healthy relationship the next time? I don't know about you, but I realized the residue that I had lingering around after my divorce was affecting whether I trust the next person or not. When I thought that I was healthy enough to start back dating and I began dating again, but then I realized that I got some residue still here that's preventing me from trusting the next person, right? And there actually very well may be reasons why you should not trust them. But the residue of just not trusting, I had to work on that. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen, that we take a look at the residue and how it is truly affecting our relationships. So this is Monique. We're going to give you 3 tips that you can use to remove the residue. One tip is to pray about everything. When you put prayer first in your life and you allow your heart to be open to God and you allow him to lead you and guide you in a direction in which he will have for you to go, you are allowing him to help you to remove the residue, because you're taking your focus off of yourself and you're putting it on God. Anytime you put your focus on God and not on yourself or man, then you can hear what he is guiding you to do. And you will be assured that in direction that he have you going in, whether it is a test or part of the process, you can at least trust that he knows the plans. So the second way that I would do after prayer is that I would just use my discernment. When you use your discernment, that means that if you feel that something's not right, or you sense that someone is not telling the truth, or you sense that they're not being honest, then you use your discernment about situations. And the third thing is what I would do to help ensure that I'm removing the residue is I would just make sure that all soul ties have been broken. I'll make sure that my heart is mended before I enter into any relationship. I will make sure that I have found how to love me and put myself first, so that when I come back out to date once again, I have learned that I am more valuable than anything. When you know what your worth is and you put yourself first and you pray and you lean on your discernment and you know your worth, your value, and your standards, then you know that you have done the work, that you will not allow the residue to sabotage anything that you have going on for your future. So this is Monique with those 3 tips on how to remove the residue. It is time that we do the work. So until next time, this is Monique with Girl Power. Let's talk. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.